What's up, folks? I'm Brandon Johnson with Beta Records TV, and if you're in a good mood, you're about to get in a better mood because in the studio today we have Bushwalla. What's good, man?
Hey, how are you?
So you are originally from Cleveland, Ohio. When did you really start to begin your whole quest for entertaining and performing and stuff like that?
25 years ago, I was 9, and I started in a theater company called Kids on Broadway, and my 5th grade teacher really liked my vibe and helped get me into the theater company, and from there I went on working with the Cleveland Opera, Great Lakes Shakespeare Festival, and I just was in all the regional theaters. And in Cleveland, I was an announcer for the Cleveland Rockers. I was a WNBA announcer. I just did anything I could. Instead of like getting a regular job as a teenager, I became a clown. I found a lot of fulfillment in that because I was still performing. And little did I know at the time, I was really working on the show that I do now by doing clowning work and singing telegrams and the theater work. Like all of that came together in the past 4 or 5 years, and I realized that it was all important and I can use all of that.
Right. Did this all start when you were on the East Coast in New York City, as far as the street performing and stuff like that?
Yeah, street performing started in New York. I would juggle, like companies would hire me to juggle out in front, like in the middle of winter. I was like dressed like a, you know, all the way up juggling. I don't even know who I was juggling for myself. I become a better juggler. I don't think I helped the companies much, but I was a bucket player, played like the buckets, you know, and did stuff like that. And I'm always able to just kind of go back to juggling.
It sounds like you're very involved with you know, helping kids, educating kids. Was that an experience that you had as a kid? Were you around somebody that was sort of a mentor for you?
Yeah, I've always had a mentor. I've always looked up to somebody, you know, and I always loved that, you know, that guy that came in with like the puppets and was like, "You could do it too." I'm like, "Man, I can do it too." Yes, so I'm very much in the "you can do it too" business.
I love that.
You know,
I love that. What am I gonna experience at a Bushwalla show?
Well, I am as much the audience for the audience as they are the audience for me, and it's very much a big sing-along. It's interactive. Most of it is made up as we go. You know, there's songs that kind of like are good reference points, but I never want to, you know, negate creation.
That's something interesting to talk about too, just sort of the progression of you as a writer, you know.
There's a certain amount of vulnerability, I think, that comes with music writing that you should allow, you should express, you know, let people know what you're about. And I think for a lot of artists that have early success and then find trouble later once they make the mega bucks is the fact that they've lost that kind of hunger. So when you're in that hunt, all these great things come out. So to really stay true to where you're coming from and what you believe in is important in writing. You just stay in practice. Every time you do something, you get better. If you were to juggle and you practice for 2 minutes a day, eventually you'll juggle. Nobody is ever closer to a divine source than anybody else. We're like, well, I can't do that, or I can't write that way, or it's got to be a certain way. Just do it. Just stay in that, you know. And you always feel the best when you are. It's like when you go to yoga class versus saying, oh, I know I got to go to yoga class. When you go, you're like, oh, this is great.
Right. Sometimes the hardest part is just getting there.
Just anticipation of it. That's the worst. I'm the biggest procrastinator in the world.
Really?
Know? Yeah.
I would not think that at all.
Yeah. Oh, gee whiz. I love Netflix.
Though I fall through glass, I'm higher than ever, and I'm reaching the sky, and I'm holding on.